Yo, this is where our rap snitches now. Now, I ain't gonna, I'm low-key been thinking. We already know what Gunna's doing, bro. That nigga Gunna dropping albums, bro. He making good music, nigga. We already know what Gunna doing. I want to know, what is 6ix9ine doing? Like, what that nigga been up to? Like, ever since that nigga started snitching, or ever since that nigga snitched, it's like that nigga started making, what type of music is he called? Like, you know what I'm saying? Not like regular, like, rap music, but like, more like, I'm not trying to say like Mexican music, but it's like Spanish music. Like, he's starting to make more Spanish music. Like, I don't know what that nigga, like, what that nigga Tekashi doing?
Many things worse that you can do for a rapper's career than to be caught telling. In a genre that's so intertwined with...
Nigga, you gotta get that, you know what I'm saying? You gotta get that Snapple kiwi, strawberry kiwi, Snapple strawberry kiwi.
Street code. Fans are quick to write off anyone who is discovered to be an informant and not living up to their lyrics about being a real OG who stands 10 toes down. Even if some of those listeners have only seen the hood from a telescope in the suburbs, they still aren't willing to listen to a rat. But what happens after...
Yeah, okay. This is what I don't understand, bro. Nigga, if, like, say, like, the Gunna situation. Nigga, just because that nigga snitched, that don't mean that nigga fucking snitched on you, nigga. You don't get no street cred. If you never been in the streets, if you never did anything, you're just a regular civilian, you don't get no street cred from not listening to niggas that snitched. You don't get no street cred, nigga. You might get some, oh, good job. Oh, I'm proud of you. Oh my gosh, wow. Nigga, you don't get no fucking street cred. You don't get gangster, nigga, because you don't listen to a fucking nigga that snitched, nigga. Fuck. Tekashi 6ix9ine snitch, nigga. I was still blasting that nigga music. Fuck out of here, nigga. Nigga stiffy, Biggie got the kiki, rap Biggie, whatever that nigga starts saying. I don't know. Gunna snitch? Nigga, I still listen to Gunna, boy. The fuck? I ain't gonna lie. I still respect you, Young Thug, though. I still respect you. I might understand on the respecting, you know, respecting the artist level, but still, them niggas ain't snitch on me. Fuck out of here.
These allegations surface. And is there any way back from it? My name is Luesta, and today we're gonna discuss what happens to rappers after they snitch.
Just like Diddy didn't Diddy on me, I'm still listening to him. So, and I'm guessing, you know, I mean, I respect that nigga. I still listen to R. Kelly. That nigga ain't pee on me.
And if we're talking about rappers who turned into rats, we might as well start with one of the most notorious examples, Tekashi 6ix9ine. After a few years of trying to make it, a young Daniel Hernandez had an idea for how he wanted his new video for his track Gummo to look. Now that he was rhyming with a harder edge to his lyrics, he needed some credentials to back it up. And as he was never a gang member,
I ain't gonna lie, bro. Tekashi 6ix9ine had that shit on lock with that music, bro. Biggie stiffy nigga got the Iggy like, bro, that nigga had this shit on lock. I'm gonna be that ass.
Found it through hiring the infamous 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods to appear in his video. Once this formula worked, 6ix9ine kept running with the gang and became a member. But rather than having to do dirt in the streets, Tekashi, who was now racking up a gang of Billboard hits, had one job for the gang. He simply had to keep making hits and giving financial support to the gang, as well as equipping them with guns so that he can get credibility and protection in return. Styled as the self-appointed king of New York, Tekashi provoked...
Because 2017 was X year, X and Ski Mask, and in 2018 was Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Everyone to try and beef with him. And when he had the protection of the gang, he could do crazy things, like the time he showed up to O Block in the middle of the night, since he knew that his brothers in the 9 Trey...
Oh my god, bro.
I shit call this shit no block. It's 10 o'clock. Where the fuck y'all niggas at?
All the while, he was becoming a huge star.
Cause bro, that nigga was so bad O Block. Make sure it's safe. And as soon as he done recording, nigga wouldn't post it until he like left the scene and like left for a couple of days, bro. Unless he left the city, bro.
Collaborating with the likes of Nicki Minaj, Tory Lanez, and even Kanye West. But in November of 2018, Tekashi's world came crashing down after he was arrested alongside the 9 Trey Gangster Bloods on RICO charges. It was here where Tekashi was now facing 32 years in jail. Now, he had to decide, does he want to really stick with the tough image and do his time, or should he just work it out with the cops to get a lighter sentence?
Let me tell you something, nigga. I'm snitching, all right? I'm snitching. Listen. Okay, I understand. This nigga Tekashi 6ix9ine was living the street cred. He was living the street life. He should have snitched. I understand that. But like, nigga, the whole gang is fucking yo, like the whole gang is like dicking your girl down. You're not snitching on your gang after they was dicking your girl down. Crossing your back, dicking your girl down. You not snitching? Oh yeah. I'm gonna tell you where that nigga live at, boy.
Well, he found out what he was gonna do the first night he was locked up.
30 years
First night
for being associated.
I got locked up. I watched Lone Survivor.
Niggas gonna go to jail for 32 years for being associated.
And I was like, I'm definitely snitching, right? and then, no, seriously.
So from the jump. From the jump.
After all of that posturing, 6ix9ine was going to be out in a matter of months, but no one could understand how that would work. But when he first re-emerged, it seemed like he was about to pick right back up where he left off, as he broke the Instagram live viewing record in his first public appearance. However, when it came time for Tekashi to drop music, his sales literally halved. And rather than acknowledge it, he lashed out on the charts and claimed that he was being blackballed by the industry, while other rappers were doing dirty work behind the scenes, such as buying their #1 singles. Although, it was really clear that the fanbase wasn't really buying it. 6ix9ine, numbers don't lie. Also 6ix9ine, the Billboard numbers are wrong. As most of hip-hop rejected him, he's been shot bail from the likes of Akon, who basically said that this was more commonplace than people made it out to be.
In jail, 80% of the motherfuckers that's locked up right now are all cooperating with the police. There's more snitches in jail than there are so-called real niggas. Everybody in that motherfucker done cooperated. If they can get time less the amount they was given, they telling my nigga.
Even though he became accustomed to raking in tons of cash from concerts and hit songs, Tekashi ended up filing for bankruptcy in May of 2022. In the paperwork, 6ix9ine said, "Right now, I'm struggling to make ends meet. I do not know if I will ever command the kind of advances I was paid before my arrest, and my career stalled. If the court awards the compensatory and punitive damages sought by the plaintiffs at this inquest, it will surely bankrupt me in a way which I will never recover, to the permanent detriment of the family members who rely upon me." After trying to make a Latin album without even hitting the charts, Tekashi is basically just living on an infamy. From getting jumped in the gym to being arrested in the...
I felt so bad when I saw that nigga get jumped in that gym, bro. I felt so bad, bro. I felt so bad.
Dominican Republic on domestic violence charges. The headlines are about everything other than the music these days. But as Steve Will Do It from the Nelk Boys found out, he's still out here scamming people.
I am mad about that. It's right. So I got him a deal, right? To play video games
with Rumble
once a week for an hour.
Damn.
$2 million up front.
Nigga, $2 million up front just for one.
Crazy.
Once a week for 1 hour.
Pretty much that simple. But it's the fact that he had no money at the time and he needed money to fucking
nigga, I'll do that, nigga.
With his girlfriend, and he needs money. And like, dude, you see these videos of him giving away money and stuff. It's never his money. It's like when he gives his mom a car, it's him buying himself a car. Like he's not a nice person.
After all that's been said and done, Tekashi has gone from telling people to test his gangsta to being the poster boy for how falsified the culture can be by people like Logic.
It's every day for
It's
4
very
hours.
evident, right? I'm not talking shit. I'm just...
Yeah, I'm not taking it. I'm sorry, bro. Like, as much as I, you know what I'm saying? As much as I know about Steve Will Do It, I was about to say as much as I love, but as much as I know about Steve Will Do It, bro, I'm good, bro. I ain't gonna lie. 4 hours is kind of crazy.
saying that he puts on this character, especially if you judge based off what he said in court.
But it's
I
once
ain't
a week, though.
trying to fucking start beef with 6ix9ine. I'm just using an example that there are some rappers out there that are more about a persona and a personification, and because of that, when people shit on their music or shit on them, it doesn't matter because they're not really portraying who they are on the record.
Although his career is in a horrible state as of right now, at least 6ix9ine had a lengthy time at the top. While for Spot 'em Got 'em, his snitching allegations were so bad.
Nigga, Spot 'em snitched? When the fuck did this nigga snitch? Is that Lil Durk in the back? Nigga, I know for a fact Lil Durk ain't snitched. Hold on.
That rappers like Lil Durk literally refunded him $100,000 for a verse he did, just because he didn't want to be affiliated with him anymore.
Wait, Lil Durk paid this nigga $100,000 back? Oh my gosh.
Back in 2020, you couldn't escape Spot 'em Got 'em's breakout hit Beatbox.
Not fully good enough,
considering it got remixed by basically half of the industry, it made it seem like this Florida rapper had a promising and successful career ahead of him. However, when news surfaced that he didn't even stutter in snitching on one of his own friends started emerging by media outlets, it really brought his whole thing down. Basically, the story is this.
I thought this nigga
in
got
June
shot
of
up.
2020, Spot 'em Got
I thought thought he died.
Bottom was caught with guns and marijuana at a Florida residence alongside YNR Mookie. Once the cops showed up, Bottom hastily gave his homie up with claims that he was asleep when the cops initially arrived, and that Mookie was freaking out because he had a weapon on him. The facts are, Bottom told the police he saw Mookie with a gun and hinted that some pills weren't his, leading to Mookie's arrest while Bottom got to leave. Ultimately, Mookie beat the case because the cops didn't file the right paperwork. While for Bottom it was time for damage control.
They're saying you snitched on YNR Mookie, and there's a lot of noise out there about it. Papers been leaked and all that, allegations flying around. What's your side of the story? Just let's set the record straight.
Nah, me and Mookie, we talked. It's some old shit. I don't know. Like I never seen it, but I seen it on the internet. I guess the police put whatever the allegations they put. But me and Mookie, we cool.
Bro, that nigga is not saying he didn't snitch. He's not saying no.
Oh, that's my brother. I don't know how I got on the internet. Police put that shit out.
There's like I
said, been dropped, and we both went to jail for like 21 days before it got out, and it was nothing after that. I never heard.
To make matters worse, even well-known enemies like Fulio and Young E and Ace, they all agree on one thing, and that's the
R.I.P. Young and Ace.
Fact.
I mean, not Young and Ace. R.I.P. Fulio.
That the beatbox rapper was a rat.
Spotting got him up. This is told on his homeboy. I never told on no. I had homeboys telling on me. I know how that feel. I never tell on no. On you, boy.
Damn.
You tried me. Boy, die behind me. You tripping.
Try as he might, his career has never been the same since. And these days, he's predominantly in the news for all the wrong reasons, like the time he got shot and arrested. If all that didn't happen, things could have been so much different for him. At one point, Lil Durk, whose own father is now behind bars after being snitched on, gave back $100K for a feature that he had already recorded and refused to let the track come out. For a lot of people, Durk's ruling further solidified what people thought about him. But although they think that the Chicago rapper was right on this occasion, his decision not to work with Spot'em Got 'em, but record a verse for real Boston Richie has been seen as a little hypocritical. For those who don't know, Boston Richie is a Tallahassee rapper who has signed the Futures as Free Band's label, and he's had plenty of buzz in recent years. Despite only beginning to rap in 2021, Boston Richie's early tracks like Keep Dissing made an immediate splash. But before he could really build a major brand, his career was sent into a tailspin when news emerged that he cooperated with a 2013 police investigation, explaining his involvement with a stolen car alongside two conspirators. The reactions were as expected, so Richie tried to tell his side of the story.
So we go to the TVD station, you know, I'm on some shit like, but them boy really ain't know the car was stolen. This my whoop.
Yeah.
So like the police like took that from as in saying like, oh me.
I'll explain after video, nigga. I already told D, word. You asked D himself, nigga. I already explained it, nigga. But I'll talk about it.
Saying they was in the whip to me, they knew the car was acknowledged as being stolen, you know what I'm saying? But that was never the case, cause like...
On top of denying that it caused a strain on he and Future's relationship, he also suggested that the publicity was actually...
I ain't go to the group chat. I actually woke up at 4 something. I woke up at 4... I woke up at like 4:30.
Helpful to his career.
Shit, my number's up. I ain't gonna say all publicity, good publicity, but it's just like shit. It's just sometimes it's just what it come with it. You feel me? Like,
yeah,
nigga can't be no great if a nigga can't recall you going through a certain situation.
Although he is right in the sense that things haven't really stalled and he's still getting a lot of attention, it still hasn't completely gone away. And this isn't even the only time he's been accused of snitching. So videos like this ultimately haven't helped.
But then again, this what I'm trying to tell you, like, I don't think he was like, but we know for a fact, the reason we know they hang, because Eddie gave him, his mama gave him, and the nigga Jarrell gave him.
Once this video did the rounds, he proclaimed that he threw the cops off the scent with false information, but not everyone is so eager to accept this story, and fans did him dirty in the comments. He's doing a promo run for his next album, The Boston Plea Party. I'm not messing with anyone who talks to police for a whole hour. While he's still doing pretty well, it's hard to imagine he wouldn't be doing a little better if these allegations weren't hanging over his head. In this sense, Richie received a favorable outcome. However, it's important to note that not everyone experiences such leniency. I mean, just look at what happened to Pop Hunter, a Philly rapper who was among the...
Oh my gosh, nigga, I was so mad at fucking Lil Uzi for doing this to Pop Hunter, bro. I was so mad at that, bro. His situation, he was 14. He had nothing to do with it. He was 14 at the time. He had nothing to do with it, nigga. All he did was tell the cops what happened, nigga. Like, what the fuck? And then everybody talking about, yo, he snitch. Like, you niggas wouldn't do the same shit. And then Lil Uzi, nigga, he's 14.
First rappers to really pop off on TikTok, Pop Hunter was off to a flying start with Corvette.
I'm trying to hear some more of that. Corvette. How many motherfuckers that like that? Or, nigga, Lil Uzi part. Maybach.
Soon, he even had Lil Uzi Vert on the remix entitled Adderall. But just when things looked to be going so well, news emerged that back when he was 14 years old, he talked to the cops after his friend was killed. Once the paperwork was issued, the Philly MC was basically disowned.
Come on, bro. Y'all niggas acting like, exactly, bro. Y'all niggas acting like when y'all was at 14 years old, bro. Y'all wouldn't snitch and tell the cops that y'all homie got shot, bro. If you not in that street life, like if you not in the street life, I don't think Pop Hunter was in the street life though.
By the game that he was just entering, and
he was just entering the game. Oh, nigga, I'm still snitching. I don't give a fuck.
Try as he might to defend his actions as that of a scared child, it felt like nobody wanted to hear it.
Man, I be wishing all the time that I never went through that shit, bro. Ain't no kid supposed to go through no shit like that, bro. I was a kid, bro. Ain't no kid supposed to go through no shit like that, bro. I seen some shit that a kid wasn't supposed to see. And then, bro, I gotta live with that. Like, bro, that's gonna always be in my mind. Bro, I have to live with that shit. I don't even sleep, bro. I don't go to sleep at night, bro. I do not sleep, bro. Every time I close my eyes, bro, I see that shit happening over and over and over and over and over again, bro. I barely even want to have fun, bro. Even being a rapper, bro. After shows and shit, bro, like I used to cry, bro.
Damn.
After every show, bro.
Although a screenshot went around claiming that Uzi asked to be taken off the remix, Pop says that never happened. A screenshot went around claiming that Uzi...
Lil bro, you got to take me off your EP. I can't accept what you did. Come on, big bro. Everyone started to hate me because I was being loyal. I did what I had to.
He asked to be taken off the remix. Pop says that never happened, but that he still got completely ghosted by him.
I started seeing a screenshot.
Right.
That it was Uzi saying to you like, yo, bro, I don't want to be on your tape no more. Please, could you take me off your tape because like you're telling on people.
Bro, let me explain something to you, right? Dude never said the shit, bro. He never ever said that.
So he never asked to be taken off your tape?
Bro, that's the last messages right there, bro. He never said that, bro. Like, don't you think if he would have said some shit like that, it would have been in there? Since I wasn't saying anything about it.
Why didn't you say nothing? Like that's an easy lie to disprove. That shit was an indictment. I'm gonna be honest. When I saw that and I said, oh shit, like Uzi's on the hottest song, and if he's asking not to have that song
he never said that, bro. Like, bro, he never said a word to me about that. Like, since that shit came out, bro, we ain't say nothing to each other.
While Pop Hunter had to lose a friend and then let go of his connection to Uzi, another of hip-hop's most infamous snitches didn't hesitate to turn into an informant on one of his own, and that was Big Mike. A longtime member of O Block and brother of the infamous STL member Wooski, Big Mike caught a murder case when a young man named Malcolm Stuckey was shot at a party. According to reports, Kevon had been at the event when things got tense, at which point he called Big Mike for backup. After the 19-year-old was murdered, Mike and Vaughn were eventually brought in for questioning, and knowing that there were so many witnesses at the party, Mike felt like he had no other option but to cooperate with law enforcement.
Once I got presented with what was going on and what it was, I knew the best way for me to get up out that. Well, I didn't know. I thought the best way for me to get up out that shit was just telling my shit. Them niggas signed.
Oh, okay. I mean, at least he owned up to him snitching, though.
Me first. Basically, shit, one thing led to another shit, man.
You know, did the COs or other inmates give you troubles? You know, knowing...
Who, me?
Yeah.
Tell you, ain't no nigga play with me.
Intent on getting off as lightly as possible, Mike even offered to snitch on an additional killing just to help his case. Defendants asked if
Nigga also asked to snitch on an additional case?
Helpful for him if he gave the detective
that he had nothing to do with?
Information about the shooting and another murder. Despite his best efforts, Mike still received a hefty 28-year sentence, which likely came down to the fact that once it took time to take the stand, he refused to snitch on Vaughn. Although he was scheduled for nearly 3 decades of incarceration, Mike only ended up spending 9 years in prison. But somehow, he's still telling on Vaughn in his press run since emerging from jail.
Yeah, like we had a motive. While we was doing the shit we was doing. I would say he was no serial killer, but he will kill you.
Where no one would deny that what Mike did was snitching, one artist who has benefited from the gray area over what is telling
if you
and what
snitch on
isn't.
Vaughn, you're a dead man. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, nigga, you're. Oh my gosh, bro. Now we back to Gunna.
Is Gunna. Just a couple of years ago, Gunna was unquestionably one of the most beloved figures in hip hop.
If you think Gunna out here killing niggas, bro, something wrong with you.
Known for working with the biggest names in the A, Gunna's career reached its peak with 2022's DS4 going #1. However, he didn't have much time for a victory lap, as soon he was jammed up in the RICO case against Young Thug and YSL as the Fulton County DA attempted to portray them as a violent street gang. Suddenly locked up, no one thought Gunna would turn on his mentor in Thugga, although he did have previous offenses, such as the time he appeared on CNN's Crime Stoppers as a teenager, but it was
He appeared on what?
offenses, such as the time he appeared on CNN's Crime Stoppers as a teenager. But
wait, even before the fame?
But it was clear that he had no intention of spending years behind bars. Immediately, his lawyers insisted he wasn't about
The hood celebrated when Vaughn died. I saw it on Twitter. Wait, the O Block celebrated? Why?
that life, saying, "There is no allegation that he committed any acts of violence. There is no allegation that he ever sold any drugs. There is no allegation that he ever committed any act relating to obstruction of justice or interfering with the administration of justice." Left with the option of staying in jail without bond or tasting freedom again, he chose to go for an Alford plea. For those who aren't familiar with this term, it's basically a guilty plea in which a defendant maintains their innocence, but they admit that the prosecution's evidence would likely result in a guilty verdict if brought to trial. With that, Gunna was back outside, and immediately he tried to get ahead of those inevitable snitching allegations, such as the time he said this to WSB-TV in a statement after the news broke. "While I have agreed to always be truthful, I want to make it perfectly clear that I have not made any statements, have not been interviewed, have not cooperated, have not agreed to testify or be a witness for or against any party in the case, and have absolutely no intention."
Nigga, that's the only way to, like, in this industry, in today's now and age, bro, the fastest way to make money, to blow up in the industry, if you're a female, you gotta make, you know what I'm saying? You gotta make, you know what I'm saying, Horrorville music. You gotta be shaking that ass, twerking music. You gotta be showing explicit, shaking that ass like Ice Spice, nigga. You gotta show explicit pictures, photos. I mean, not photos. I said pictures and photos. But you gotta be tooted up, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, bro. Music videos like what you see in Sexy Red and Sukiyana, bro. For if you a nigga, act like fucking NBA Youngboy, King Von, Lil Durk. Talk about thug shit. I don't know.
Of being involved in the trial
way to,
process
like, blow up
in
the
any way. My focus of YSL was entertainment. Rap artists who wrote and performed music that exaggerated and glorified urban life in the black community. Try as he might, not everyone was buying it, and before long, longtime collaborators like Lil Baby and Lil Durk had unfollowed him. Meanwhile, leadership of the label like YSL Mondo couldn't believe what he had done.
Boy, you didn't supposed to do that, my brother. Even though I didn't be talking about it. Everybody who got common sense, everybody who's been in the streets, know you did not, but you don't do no.
Based upon how angered people were by the idea that he betrayed Thugger, it really looked like there might be no way back.
Let's be honest.
In fact,
NBA Youngboy do got some good tunes, nigga.
In fact, many OGs thought it was a rap.
The film in court came out, and you know, of course his lawyer wrote that. He didn't write that. His lawyer probably wrote that. But now in these days, when you got the camera, it just look like, you know, they're gonna say, you pushing please. We ain't fucking with Gunna. Because, I mean, in this business, if you turn into a rat, it's kind of like career's over. Me, I would have rather sat a little longer, because I was only in there for a year. I would have sat a little longer than coming out to what the internet do to you.
Yeah, because Gunna,
that's just my opinion.
But as bad as things looked for Gunna, he would eventually return to what he does best, and went on to drop his album A Gift and a Curse. Suddenly forced to stand on his own 2 feet without any guest verses, the record landed at number 3 and delivers some major hits like Fuck You Mean and Back to the Moon. Named Complex
Like, bro, that shit was tough, nigga. I ain't lie, that album was tough.
#1 album of the entire year, Gunna is now heading out on his Bittersweet tour. As a result, he's become one of the only rappers ever to be accused of snitching and turn it into a victory lap. Through what happened to the YSL artist, we maybe see a change in the air for hip-hop, where consumers aren't caring quite as much about these allegations as they once were. But even then, Gunna's fate is an incredibly rare case rather than a norm, and as long as the streets play a role in hip-hop, that'll probably always be how it goes.
That shit is crazy, boy. I still blast that album, nigga. Don't care. That nigga ain't snitch on me, boy. I'm still blasting that goddamn album, nigga. Yeah. And then, you know what, nigga? Hold on.
Young gun don't want that back calling me splurge. Ride me jump right off the curb. Make the spring fly like a bird. Spin on the first and the third. Solid, I'm keeping my word. Can't be my equal, I don't know what you heard. Crack up the phone, I swear. Keep me a stick if they purge. Young gun don't want that, they working my nerves. I'm about to pull some serve. Fucking this bitch like a perm.
That shit's tough, nigga. All right. Now, to give an explanation, right? To give an explanation, bro. Explain why you left DT. All right, D. All right, so let me break it down for the beginning, Mar. Now, Mar, you know how I told you, right? Now you know, Scrap, you left Unc DT. Nigga, I'm literally about to explain it. Now, you know how I told y'all, right, in the group chat, how I was texting y'all, I'm talking about this girl, right? And I prayed and I asked God, you know what I'm saying, if this girl is meant for me, you know what I'm saying, let me treat her right. If she's not meant for me, take her out of my life, right? Remember how I said that, right? All right, I told God, show me 2 signs. The first sign, it's in the word. It's in the Bible. The second sign, however God want to show me the sign, that's how he want to show me the sign. First sign, in the Bible. I forgot what chapter I forgot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of slow. Wait, no. I don't know. I'll pull it up on my phone. I think I got it. But just know, fuck it. I'll read it later. The first sign was in the word, was in the Bible. Because you know what I'm saying? In the word, that's how God talks to you in the word. It talked about how the first covenant that God made was people had to sacrifice or give an offering. And you know what I'm saying? Word, they did sins, they commit sins, you gotta sacrifice a goat, a sheep, or whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Word. Then made the second covenant. Since the first covenant wasn't working, because you know he led the, you know what I'm saying, people out of Israel, and they still, you know what I'm saying, lashed on God, and you know what I'm saying, was like doing other things, you know what I'm saying? So he made a second covenant, which is Jesus Christ, which came down and died on a sin. Like he died on the cross for all of our sins, you know what I'm saying? So Jesus sacrificed himself, you know what I'm saying, died on the cross for our sins. So as I was reading that scripture, the word that stuck with me was sacrifice. It was sacrifice. And the Holy Spirit was talking to me and telling me, yo, I have to sacrifice what I feel for her, as much as I want to be with her, as much as I want to talk to her, as much as I want to hang out with her, as much as, you know what I'm saying, no matter how much fun I'm having with her, she's not meant for me. So I must sacrifice her so I can be with Jesus Christ, because I ain't gonna lie, it was kind of crazy. I remember what I said, bro. I asked her, yo, do you follow Jesus Christ? And she said, kinda. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of crazy. so boom. So that word sacrifice was sticking with me. So I had to sacrifice being with her so I can be with Jesus Christ and like focus on Jesus and focus on God, right? So boom, that was the first sign. The second sign, right, was I said, God, however you want to show me, show me. The first one, DT calling, and then you know what I'm saying, DT calling the group for FaceTime. 1, we playing the game. 2, and then the third is not her calling, because that was probably like the, you know what I'm saying, probably like the devil. But the conversation I had with her I'm not gonna say like what type of conversation we had, or I'm not gonna say like what we talked about, but the conversation I had with her led to me understanding, okay, boom, she's not meant for me. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I knew, nigga. So it wasn't like, nigga, it wasn't like I'm sitting here like, yo, I'm leaving this nigga D for her, bro. I'm leaving this nigga D, fuck D. You know what I'm saying? It's all about her, you know You know what I'm saying? I love D, but nigga, bro, I ain't gonna lie. When it comes to, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to understanding, yo, is this girl's meant for me? You know what I'm saying? What does God want me to see in her? What does God want me to, you know what I'm saying? I gotta act that out, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can I say, bro? I gotta act that out, homie. Word. Respectfully, bro. I ain't gonna lie. They gotta act that out, homie. Don't be getting mad at me, nigga. Lord, see? Now, if I was to sit here and say, yo, I left this nigga D so I can talk to a girl and, you know what I'm saying, be with her, nigga, you know what I'm saying, fuck D, I'd rather be with this girl without no reason, that's understandable. You know what I'm saying? That's L mans. That's L homie. I understand that. I'll take that on the chin, nigga. I'll take that on the chin. But, Lord, nigga, respect my bop, nigga. Yo, this is Super Hot Fire versus Young Money Lil Twist.
Yo, cut the beat off. There's some tension in here. Super hot.
This is valid? I know it's valid, boy.
I'm not a rapper.